Depression causes 9 things you want to hide. Depression is a difficult and complicated mental health disorder that has many different effects on people. One characteristic shared by many people suffering from depression is a desire to hide their difficulties. We've got you covered whether you're personally going through the difficult depression journey or looking for a better understanding to support someone you care about. We seek to end the quiet and lessen the stigma associated with depression by openly discussing and addressing these hidden features. These 9 items are what despair frequently makes you wish to conceal. Number 1. Internal strife and unfavorable thoughts. It's common to experience a rush of emotions, unfavorable thoughts, and self-doubt while you're depressed, and you might feel as though you need to keep these struggles to yourself. You worry that you're a burden or that people will run away if you express your ideas. You decide to put on a pleasant face and show the world a different side of yourself as a result. This may seem like a strategy to shield yourself, but it can prevent people from realizing how much you are struggling and from providing the assistance you require. Number 2. Severe loneliness and isolation feelings. When you are dealing with depression, you may frequently feel as though you are trapped in a huge, black hole, all alone and persuaded that no one else could possibly comprehend what you are going through. When it comes to opening up to others about your emotions, the fear of being misunderstood can be a significant barrier. You fear that people will criticize you or write off your symptoms as psychological. This can be incredibly discouraging, and you might feel like just climbing up and hiding everything. Perpetual exhaustion and fatigue. Number 3. Your energy is sapped by depression, and you end up feeling exhausted and unable to help anyone. Mentally, depression seems like someone has turned down the light knob, leaving your thoughts in a heavy fog. Physically, depression feels like a continual low-grade lethargy. The pressure to keep up the appearance of normalcy just makes matters more difficult. Since society frequently encourages us to appear strong and well-groomed, you may find yourself hiding your tiredness behind phony grins and promises that you're doing fine. You may experience frustration and defeat as a result of your ongoing efforts to maintain a false face. It's as if you're unable to live up to your own or other people's expectations because you're functioning at half-mast. Loss of interest and enjoyment. Number 4. Depression has a way of stifling your enthusiasm. Activities that were once enjoyable now feel like chores or are simply empty and joyless. It seems as though the spark that once stoked your zeal has vanished. It's also typical to hide these emotions of boredom, although doing so just serves to isolate you from other people. Social gatherings that were once enjoyable and thrilling suddenly become a burden, and you start coming up with reasons to avoid them. Perhaps you pretend to be invested in the things that used to make you happy in order to avoid upsetting loved ones. But in either case, the outcome frequently manifests as a sense of separation and detachedness. Number 5. Problems with self-care. Even the simplest self-care routines can occasionally seem overwhelmingly difficult when you are living with depression. The simplest tasks, like taking a shower, eating a balanced meal, or getting adequate sleep, become enormous obstacles. These seemingly straightforward actions seem to demand a great deal of work and determination, depleting you both emotionally and physically. In addition to these difficulties, people frequently worry about being judged or misunderstood by others. Because you don't want to be labeled as lazy, you could feel the need to conceal the challenges you confront. And that anxiety about being judged or misunderstood can make depression sufferers feel even more alone and isolated. 6. Financial difficulties. It can be difficult to keep on top of your work tasks and give your best effort while you're depressed, which can result in employment instability. Similar to this, depression makes it difficult to concentrate, maintain motivation, and make wise financial decisions. Additionally, the consequences of depression on your career and financial circumstances can be exacerbated by shame and the dread of being perceived as a failure. You hide your financial troubles out of concern for what other people will think of you or because you think that asking for assistance is a show of weakness. Unfortunately, concealing your financial troubles can make your depression-related stress and anxiety worse. It sets up a vicious loop where you don't deal with the problems you have, which worsens the effects on your mental and financial health. Number 7. A backlog of unfinished business. When sadness weighs you down, navigating life can be exceedingly difficult. It doesn't matter how modest or easy the activity may seem to others. everything becomes an uphill battle. It's challenging to muster the energy or willpower to do even the most elementary tasks because of exhaustion, a lack of ambition, and overwhelming despair. And when those unfulfilled duties mount, feelings of guilt and humiliation often grow stronger. You begin to blame yourself, believing that you lack the strength or capability to carry out your duties. Self-harm or drug abuse is number 8. Self-destructive activities are frequently used as a coping mechanism while dealing with depression. Substance addiction, alcoholism, self-harm, obesity, and risky sexual activity are just a few examples of these varied behaviors. While these coping strategies may offer a momentary sense of respite and diversion from emotional distress, the results are frequently not favorable. Additionally, engaging in these behaviors frequently results in feelings of guilt and shame, which can lead to a vicious cycle in which you simply wish to cover up your conduct to prevent upsetting loved ones. Medication or therapy, position 9. Therapy and medication both work well for treating depression. Your overall health could benefit considerably from these therapy alternatives. However, talking about them might occasionally be awkward. Due to the anxiety of being judged or stigmatized, discussing medicine and treatment can be challenging. You fear that your difficulties will be downplayed, invalidated, or that you will be characterized as weak. These worries could make it difficult for you to communicate openly and might even keep you from getting the assistance you require. You don't have to deal with depression on your own. Whether they are close friends or qualified experts, there are a lot of individuals out there that are prepared and eager to support you. And while first discussing these topics in an open manner may seem scary, doing so may be a strong and courageous step toward healing and recovery. Therefore, don't be reluctant to open up to others and accept their help. It could significantly impact your path to well-being. Give this video a thumbs up if you find it useful and tell your friends about it so we can make more like it. Click the subscribe button to see more content like this, and don't forget to activate the notification bell. Watch our other videos as well if you haven't already. Thank you for viewing.